Welcome to a homespun house. This is a knitting, spinning, kind of all around handcraft podcast. I'm really happy to have all of you joining me today. My name is Molly, and I feel like I've been doing a lot of knitting this week. A lot of really, really fun knitting, a lot of knitting that I haven't been doing in a super long time. Which is really refreshing and just feels great. One of the things that I have been knitting on that is kind of boggling my mind is dishcloths. I'm using them, I'm knitting them to be washcloths, but I've been knitting dishcloths from Deb Buckingham's ebook put out by Cooperative Press called Dishcloth Diva Knits On. And for Christmas, I had gifted my mom in a package that I sent a homemade dishcloth, and this was made from cream and sugar cotton. You know, just the standard, super simple cotton that you can get anywhere at any craft store in America. I'm almost positive you can't get it here. I've looked all over online. I know on Amazon, I think you can buy one thing of it for 20 euro or something, which is giving me the feeling you cannot get it here in Germany. And so, so I gifted her this. It was a flower-shaped one, and she really, really loves it. She wrote me about how much she loves it, how she's been using it for her face, how soft it is, how nice it feels on her skin. And for her birthday, she would love some washcloths. And she said, she would love a washcloth for every single day of the week. And I said, okay, I can promise you 1-2 washcloths, but nothing more. She kind of told me this in the beginning of January. Her birthday is the 1st of February, and I kind of like to mail things out 10 to 14 days before I want the package to be received, because I want to make sure that she has it for her birthday. So, I didn't think I could do any more than 2. And after she told me this, I thought there was a day that I really, really just wanted to knit. And I had a little bit of time to knit. I was doing really well on the shop. I was really ahead. My shop was quite stocked. Of course, after 1 or 2 days, it was empty again. And so I thought, you know what, I'm really going to dedicate some time to knitting on some washcloths. And so I thought, oh my goodness, in my library, my Ravelry library, I have Deb Buckingham's Dishcloth Diva Knits On. And the funny thing is when I first got this book, I kind of thought, you know, it is a little bit of a silly book, because a dishcloth is just kind of, you know, a stitch that you just put into a little square. And so I honestly wasn't sure if I would use it. I thought it was a nice idea. I liked the dishcloths when I looked at them, but I didn't really think I would ever go ahead and use that book again. But when it came to my mom asking for dishcloths and really wanting one, I went ahead and looked at the book. And a lot of the patterns in the book are actually ones that I think it's really, really nice to have a pattern, because the way that the dishcloth looks and the way that the pattern is written are two things that I wouldn't put together. There is a dishcloth that I knit that I thought was knit a completely different way when I looked at the picture, and then I started knitting it up, and my mind was like, what is going on here? This is nowhere near the construction that you even thought that this textured stitch looks like. And that is this one right here. So I thought this was just a basket weave sort of stitch. I mean, I didn't stare at it for hours, but when I first saw it, that's what I thought that this was. And this is again knit out of cream and sugar cotton. It feels really nice. I've already washed and blocked it. And I used up all the cream and sugar that I have. So this is all the washcloths that I could get finished for her. And I really had so much fun working on these. So here's the first one. I really wish I could remember the names of these, but each one is a different one, knit out of the book. This one is just the completely standard, you know, garter stitch washcloth. And I knit this out of 2 kind of leftover balls of cream and sugar cotton. And obviously I ran out of the colorful one, so I ended it with the white. I hope my mom appreciates that detail. The next one is my favorite. I really love this one. It is a really pretty slip stitched pattern. I really like it. I think it turned out really nice. I think the texture is really nice. I think it will feel great on the face, as will all of these. They didn't take that long to knit. As you can see, I knit 4 of them in a week, especially because I'm so busy working. So the fact that I knit 4, I'm quite impressed and happy with. I would love to make more. I've asked my mom to ask my grandma if she maybe has some. And then the final one that I knit, I would have liked to have knit this one a bit longer. As you can see, it's longer horizontally, but vertically it isn't as long, which is still okay. I mean, it's for her face. She can use it on her body if she wants. But I ran out of yarn. I would have liked to have knit it a little bit longer, but it's fine. It works. You can block it out. Mom, because she will be watching this, make sure you block out your washcloths when you're finished. Otherwise, they will end up like this, especially this one because of all the eyelets. So you have to wash them, block them, you know, shape them, and yeah, get them into a nice shape, and then just leave them out to dry. And they will take 2 days to dry because of the cotton. It takes a really, really long time to dry. This was one of my longest, I think, drying projects. It took a really long time. 2.5 days, and maybe they're even still a little bit damp. But those were so much fun to make, and I'm so pleased that I was able to get 4 washcloths done, especially because I told her, you know, I'm only going to be able to get 2 at the most, I said. So that is just a really, really nice feeling, and I'm excited to send these off to her with other little birthday goodies. So that will be fun. I think about having my go not before her birthday. Think about having a go at making some handmade soaps. I really would love to get into soap making. I love hard soaps much more than I like liquid soap. I really like liquid soap. We have a liquid soap in the kitchen, and in the bathroom we have all hard soaps. And for my wool wash I use hard soaps. This is the Tuft Woolens. I've talked about this so much, but I cannot get enough of this. I adore it. This is my last bar, and this is kind of a newer scent. I don't even know if she has it anymore. I know it was a summer scent, but I was working my way through all of the samples that I first received, and then I wanted to use this one. I had this in a bath bar, and I used it on Elodie quite often, and she loved it. I loved using it on her because the bath bar, obviously not the wool wash, I wouldn't use on her skin. But she has very, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not dry and flaky or anything. She just has quite dehydrated skin. And I really like Martha's, or from Tuft Woolens, the bath bar, because it didn't seem to dry off her skin when she came out. You know, when I put it on, it didn't really leave that, you like that sound effect? It didn't really leave that sort of a really just dry feeling, if you know what I'm talking about. And I love her sock soaps. They just leave your And it's smelling amazing, amazing, amazing. And as I know you know, I love to keep the ones that I haven't used in my project bags. Love it. I have also been working on my Cozy Memories blanket. Would you guys believe it? So I think that this blanket has been put on hold for a very long time. I don't even know the last time that I really, really worked on it. I know it was definitely before I left for America, because I went through a huge time where I just wasn't knitting at all, and it was terrifying. It really was. It really made me a bit nervous. I wasn't interested in any handcraft. I wondered if I would really ever start knitting again, which is really sad to say. But I went to America, I picked up my Cozy Memories blanket, I knit one square on it. And that was even hard for me. But my grandma and I were sitting outside. We had talked before about, you know, how it's crazy that we hadn't sat down and knit together. And I wanted a little memory from being in America on my Cozy Memories blanket. So I knit this Captain America square out of Gnome Acres that I got from Philippa. And that is right here. So that square was knit in September, sometime in the beginning of September, right here, the red, white, and blue one. And I hadn't knit on my blanket since. Or was it October? I don't even remember. Yeah. No, it was September. It was September because it was just shortly after my birthday. So it has been almost 4 months since I have picked this up, which is really crazy because of the fact that I haven't picked it up, but crazy that 4 months has passed. Where the time has gone, I have no idea. I feel like that my entire pregnancy. I cannot believe that we are going to have a baby in 3.5 months. It really, I cannot fathom it. It just, I think because I am so busy this time around. I was busy with Elodie, of course, when I was pregnant with her, but this time I'm a whole different kind of busy. And I honestly, there are days that I forget that I'm pregnant. There are moments when I think, oh my goodness, like I just said, you're going to have your baby in 3.5 months. You guys are going to have a baby. You guys are going to have a 4th member of your family, a 5th member if you count Kira. And it is just crazy. Crazy, crazy. For all of you cat people, okay, so this is a completely random question. So we have had Kira since New Year's Eve, since the 31st of December. So it has been almost 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks. I think we got her on a Wednesday, if that was a New Year's Eve. Or was it a Thursday? I have no idea. It's almost 2 weeks. And she was fully potty trained, really well behaved, like I mentioned. And just yesterday was the first day that she peed on Elodie's bed. And it was shocking. We were super, super shocked. We went in Elodie's bedroom to bring her to bed last night. And Robert touched her blanket and it was wet. And he was like, huh, what is this? And we smelled it and it was definitely cat pee. And a good friend of mine was over. And so we thought maybe Elodie closed the door to the bathroom and we just weren't paying attention because the bathroom is where Kira's litter box is. So we thought maybe she couldn't go in there and get to the bathroom on time. No idea. And then this morning, Robert was going to make Elodie's, we changed her bedding completely. New blankets, new sheets, everything. Then this morning, Robert was going to make Elodie's bed and Kira peed on it again. So I have no idea if she's angry, you know, like with her previous owner. If she's just kind of missing her and kind of rebelling, you know, and just peeing on Elodie's bed. I don't know, but I would love your thoughts and ideas about what could possibly be going on. I have no idea. I really don't know. And obviously it's not a nice thing, so we're a little bit concerned. because she hasn't done it. She's been using her litter box perfectly, so that's a little bit difficult. Anyway, back to the Cozy Memories blanket, because I'm sure you all want to sit and listen to me about a cat peeing on my daughter's bed. I think I've knit 8 squares on here, and all of this yarn has been from yarn that Melinda of the Yarnder Woman podcast has gifted to me. And Melinda has been watching my podcast for, I think, kind of since the beginning, and she is just such a wonderful soul. She is so nice. She is so cheerful. She just has such a fantastic personality, and her podcast is such a fun one to watch. She is always so giggly, and she always has just really fun projects that she's been working on, and I really enjoy her and watching her, and I enjoy her. She is just wonderful. So it's really funny as well. Melinda, I just received a birthday gift from you. I think at the end of last week. Where in the world did that get lost? I am drinking some of that amazing flavored coffee. I haven't had flavored coffee. I don't know when. Oh, and it is just so delicious, so yummy. I've knit some of those. You see, maybe it was just those scraps that I needed to get. Maybe it was just those mini skeins that I needed to get to hop me back onto the track of knitting on my Cozy Memories blanket. I don't know. But thank you so much for the lovely, lovely birthday package. My birthday's in September, so that's why I'm laughing. But she's always so wonderful. And so let me just go ahead and show you. I watched Kristen of Wool and Vine Yarns podcast, and that was when I decided to work on my first square. So I knit this one out of Poe, which is one of her yarns, and it's so funny because I forgot how I knit my squares. So there are, I think, 4 rows right here. I don't know if you can see right there. They really stick out, I think, if you know. I knit them wrong. I knit the decreases wrong. And then I realized, and I thought, okay, it's not a big deal. I'm usually one who will go back and fix a mistake. But on this blanket, it's kind of a memory. You know, I didn't knit it for a while. I picked it up again, and that's kind of what happened. So then I knit this one, and then this one right here. So that's already 100 squares on my blanket. And then I kind of looked all around my blanket. Okay, which side do I want to start on? Okay, this one. And then I knit this one right here. This one, this purple one, it was really nice, soft yarn to knit with. I think that was a Knit Picks. Then I knit this one, which I really love the colors of that one. It's a yarn that I know I would see and never buy, but when I saw it, I loved it. I really, really liked it and thought I need to knit that one next into my blanket. And then I have this gorgeous gray charcoal color, and then this really, really soft cream with just little pops of springy color. And it's so fun, you know, going through my little skeins and picking which ones I want to work on. I have a bit left, but I just really wanted to knit with Melinda's. It was really cool receiving that package, and so funny that it took so long to get here. And so I thought, you know what, in spirit of Melinda, in spirit of the funniness about this package coming so late, I'm sure you were worried. I'm sure you were wondering what in the world was going on. I'm gonna knit with those squares. So that's been a lot of fun, and it kind of has been something that I just want to work on. I've really been focusing on this, like simple little projects, kind of all squares, you know, the 4 dishcloths, and I think that's all I knit this week. Oh no, I knit something else. So and then I have these little squares that I knit, 8 of them. So I'm really pleased with myself about that. It's been a lot of fun. I think it will be something that I will be picking up quite a bit this week, just because, like I said, I have been enjoying it so much. So I've completely forgot to bring it. I knit a little bit on my shawl. I think I only knit 4 rows of my pattern, and that's obviously something I can't show you. I don't know when that will be finished. I hoped it would be finished this month, of course, and it'll just be finished when it's finished. Don't want to give a deadline to myself, which is so funny because one week I will say it will be finished at the end of January. Then the next week I'll say it won't be finished it'll be finished whenever I want. So yeah, someone just rang on the door. It's a package. I wonder what it is. And yeah, so I cast on my Hayward shawl by Susan B. Anderson a couple of days ago, or couple of weeks ago. I really wanted to be working on my shawl and to get it finished, the Hayward shawl. And so I thought, okay, the rows take a while. There aren't that many stitches on the needles, but there are, I think, at least 200 on the needles right now, a little bit over. And I'm starting at the lace part. So I did the first round, the first 2 rounds, they went perfectly well. And Susan says, you know, to put the stitch markers at every single lace repeat. She said that's what she likes to do. I've never done that before. And it's so funny because right when I started doing it, I thought, this is going to bite me in the butt. But then I thought, no, come on, you never do this. Why do you need to do it? It's such a simple lace repeat. It's every 9 stitches, the same thing over and over. So I didn't put the stitch markers in, and I'm completely off. My stitches are completely off. I really have no idea how, because when I go back and look at my row, it's right, but it's not matching up somehow. I really have no idea. I was too frustrated to even rip it. I ripped it out once and then I did it again. Same exact thing happened. I was too frustrated to rip it again that I just put it down. And I said, you know what? I'm going to knit another square on my Cozy Memories blanket because I don't even want to think. I was so frustrated that I was just getting such a super simple thing wrong. And with so many stitches on the needles after ripping out already, it is not fun to have to rip it out again and then possibly make the same mistake again. So something that I like to do when I have a bit of stitches on the needles and have made a mistake more than once is just put it aside until you've had a bit of fresh mind space from that project and can pick it up again and be like, whatever, I'm ripping it out, no big deal, I'll figure out what's wrong. I'm not in that place right now, but hopefully sometime this week. We'll see. If not, of course, I have other shawls to wear, but you know, I've been itching to knit and get off the needles a shawl. And I really like that one. The one that I'm wearing is the one that I found when I was in America. It's really nice and comfy and cozy and adds a nice pop of color to my outfit. So, I believe that's all of the knitting that I've gotten done. I've done a bit of spinning. So I finished plying this one. Or no, I finished it the last time, but I washed it and thwacked it. Elodie and I did together. And then I skeined it. And I skeined it too small. I wish I would have skeined it quite a bit larger. So this is the way that it turned out. I don't think it turned out too bad. And I know that once I knit it up, it will probably look a lot nicer. But I still think my original feeling of feeling like I should have just made a 2-ply out of each single, you know, I should have just chain plied it or Navajo plied it, because I would really like to Navajo ply some yarn. I've watched tutorials and it seems really easy, and I really like the look. I think it's nice that you can make a consistent yarn, and I've only ever chain plied, so I would really love to have a go at Navajo plying and plying on the fly, which I've talked about wanting to do for a little while. I think it's so great for drop spindling. I love that Kristen does that, and that she's doing that for her D-spackle project, which I decided I'm totally on board with. There was an evening one week where Robert was bringing Elodie to bed and she was taking a little bit of extra time, and I had time to think, and I had just finished plying my 50 Yak Merino yarn, or fiber, I guess, which I adore. I've already sang songs of joy about it for all of you, and I love it. So I have to, it's been sitting on here for quite a while. I've just been wanting it to rest, to, you know, just sit and rest for a little while. And so today, probably after I record, I will go ahead and wash and then hang it up to dry. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Like I said, I love the way it feels. I think it is so fantastic. I would really love some colored yak blend of yarn, because the gray is really, really nice and really earthy, and I can get into it. But I would love something colorful. But I adore it. I'm really excited to knitting with it. So then after I finished that, I decided I need to spin some more. And I didn't really have any more bumps of fiber, any more samples of fiber. And so I thought, you know what? I'm adoring spinning on the drop spindle. I'm having so much fun with it. I'm really loving it, which was a total mind change from earlier, because when I had first gotten my wheel, I couldn't see drop spindling because it was so fast, just mostly because it was really quick. And you could produce so much fiber so fast. And it was, of course, enjoyable. But, oops, that's the wrong box. But then I decided that I have so much beautiful fiber, and I really, really want to spin, you know, to spin a shawl with it. And so I chose my Artist Palette Yarn Merino Bamboo. This is called Pink Tourmaline, and it is 80% superwash merino, 20% bamboo. And this is hand painted in Worcestershire, England by Artist Palette Yarns. And I knit Elodie's, I knit her a short-sleeved cardigan by Artist Palette Yarns, and I really loved knitting with that yarn. I think it was 100% merino. And I have this, this braid of fiber, and then I have a green toned one. So this is the way that it looks. I really love how tonal it is. I think it's absolutely beautiful with the reds, and then just the little pieces that aren't even dyed. I really like that. And the deep maroons and pinks. Definitely a color palette that I can get into, and it has that really nice shine on it from the bamboo. And so how I'm spinning this is I'm just spinning it off the braid. I'm ripping it off, And then I'm making it into teeny tiny, easy spinnable tribbles. And I'm pre-drafting them so that they are about that thickness. And really, really enjoying it. It's very, very soft, extremely easy to spin with. So let me show you what I've done. And I have been spinning this, I know I'm crazy, on my spindle that is broken up here. But it's working all right. It's working fairly well. I'm still enjoying it. I'm really, really looking into getting a really nice new spindle. I'm willing to spend, I would say, about $60, 50 euro, 45 euro on a nice one. I've been looking at Spanish peacock spindles. Who else have I been looking at? There's somewhere else. Because I know Kristen just recently got one and she really loves it. And I've looked at the web page and I don't even know how you get a spindle from them because I think they're out very often. And this is what I've done so far. I think that I will spin maybe 2 different yarns. This one, and then I would love to do some sort of glittery pink yarn. Because I would like to do, I believe it's called the Dot shawl. I don't even remember. It's a shawl that I was just gifted after my last podcast. And it's one that I saw on Kristen's podcast, Yarngasm, and I fell in love with it. Just so pretty, really, really pretty. And it's really nice to have an accent. And I love how Kristen's knitting hers with the Stellina yarn. So I thought, I want to maybe spin some yarn for that and knit it up. And so that's kind of my inspiration. And thank you to all of you who have gifted patterns for our upcoming baby, who've gifted things, patterns for Christmas, the New Year, and who have gifted patterns to me just because it's so nice to wake up in the morning or to check in the afternoon and see that I have a new pattern in my library because one of you, looked at my queue and gifted me one. So that's really fun. And it's really nice to go ahead and use those patterns gifted by you guys. So I'm really happy that I decided to go ahead and join in on the DSpackle. For those of you who don't know what it is through January through April, and you spin yarn on your drop spindle, which is why it's called DSpackle, and you spin enough yarn to knit a shawl with. So I think 4 months, now I've convinced myself, is definitely enough time. Even if you're spinning 15 minutes a day, I think it's totally doable. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying that. I have that in my little suitcase from Spindle and Fleece. She made this for me for my birthday. I'm not sure if I've shown it before, but I love it. It has the whispering pines, kind of like being at my grandmother's house. And it's really beautiful and so sweet that she made this for me. And this is what she put my spindles in, what she gifted my spindles in. So I love those. I have a lot of really, really fun things in the shop. There are so many new things going into the shop, more new things coming in, which is beyond exciting. So I wanted to show you, I have some brooches that have come in, and this is my favorite brooch. I suppose I could put it on after I show you. So these are just little bows, and I love this one. I think they look a lot nicer in person than maybe they do in the shop picture because it's really hard to pick up these colors, but I adore this vibrant blue on this one, and I love the bow. I just think it's darling. So I have that in 4 different colors for you to choose. You know, there's the blue, the red, pink, which is now Elodie's favorite color. It used to be green, but now she just loves pink. Probably because it is my favorite color. I have a feeling. So I have those different 4 brooches. I have the really sweet, this is called Doe a Deer. And then I have you any wool? And then I have some really sweet little trees that have a little bird dangling from them. And I have that with the green tree, and then I have different colored birds. So that bird is blue. This bird is a light blue. And then there's a red bird in there somewhere. And so it's all kind of customizable. You know, you can pick whatever you want. I also have buttons, really cool buttons that have now gone up in the shop. And the thing that I think is really special about these buttons is that they are all made out of coconut shells. So I have quite a bit of flower inspired ones. Oopsie. Which I really love, of course, because I chose them. So let's show you all of the flower ones first. So the first one I think is a bit more dainty of the flowered ones. This one is a bit more dark and a little bit smaller. So those are really pretty, and they're really well made. They're really sturdy feeling. These ones are my favorite. These are my favorite buttons of all the buttons I offer in the shop. I really love these ones. I think they would look beautiful on any adult sweater, pretty on any child's sweater, on a hat. I think about the baby aviatrix that I knit. How cute that would look with a little flower wooden button. And these ones are really cool because they have carved on them coffee beans. So I think those ones are really neat. For the person who loves coffee, what cooler way, I mean, to have a coffee bean button made out of coconut shells on your cardigan. I think those are really neat. So then I have these really pretty ones. There's just 2 more different ones that I'm offering right now. I guess I can go ahead and show you them in the packages. So there's this one with the really pretty carvings. I love those. And then I have some big buttons. These ones are really nice. These ones are wooden, but they're all very sturdy, all really well made. I'm very happy with and impressed with the quality of those. So I'm excited to use those in my own knitting and to share them with all of you guys. Some other things I have up in the shop are zipper pull progress keepers. And this is just for your project bags or your jacket or anything really. You can put them on so many different things. I have cupcakes, a really cute little bobbin with some thread on it. I hope it's focusing on all of these. I don't want to take too much time have this lovely good luck charm that says wish. I have the yarn pulls, which I've in the past always had on my project bags, but I'm not using them anymore. An apple. And I call these progress keepers because when I'm knitting, I think it's so nice, especially if I'm knitting on a sock or something garter stitch or a long thing of ribbing, to clip this to where I've started, and then when I finished for that day, to see how much progress I've actually done. Because I think it can happen so often when you're knitting to just feel like you are like in an endless rabbit hole and that you're not making any progress. So with the progress keepers, you can actually see what you've done. And I think that is so nice. It's so nice to see that you've actually been doing something. I have a lot of stitch markers. I'm really excited to offer stitch markers because I love stitch markers and I love having just fun jewelry on my knitting, and I've been knitting a lot more with the dangly stitch markers, which is why I thought, you know what, I really enjoy these. I want desperately to have some in my shop, and I want some really special sets and ones that I love. I'm not getting stitch markers that I think would sell well, or maybe that other people would love. These are all stitch markers that honestly really mean something to me. So I will just kind of show you one thing from a couple of each sets, and you can go ahead and look at homespunhouse.com if you're interested. So I have a tea time set, and that has 4 different assorted teapots, and you can use these on really any quite a wide range of stitch markers. So I also have a kind of like a cooking baking set, and I've been using this stitch marker right here when I've been knitting my Cozy Memories blanket, because you need 1 stitch marker in the center of all of your stitches, and I've been using that one. I've really been loving it. So that's for the baking set. Let's see, I want to show you another one from the baking set because I love that one. Little cookbook. Just really sweet, really, really fun, specially put together stitch marker sets, and I think they're priced really well, so I hope that you guys enjoy using those. I also have a Make-A-Wish stitch marker set, and here is a wishing well charm. And I think this one's really nice because all of us, you know, go through times where we feel like, you know, we're having a little bit of an extra hard time, or we feel like our dreams are getting us nowhere, or maybe someone near to us is struggling, and we're just thinking about them, or making something for them, knitting something for them. What other, you know, stitch markers are better for adding to that shawl, you know? Just sending really nice positive vibes towards them, you know. When you see those stitch markers, you're happy about them, feeling good about it. It's just nice and fun. I also have Rain Rain Go Away, and these are really sweet too. I've been quite into umbrellas lately. And so here are the Rain Rain Go Away ones. So it's just a set of umbrellas. They're really sweet. I'm not going to show you all the stitch markers in the shop, so don't worry. Just a couple of ones that I really love. There are knitting sets, there are handwork sets, there's a set for the person who loves to travel. There will be a lot of new sets in this week. Alice in Wonderland sets, loads, so many different stitch marker sets. This really sweet little umbrella. And that's all. I have more that I guess I would have shown you, but I don't want to spend the whole time showing you guys stitch markers. So I of course have bags in the shop. I have Meow in the shop. The last Bliss bag that will be in my shop. I just had a huge update. I think there were 30 bags or so with all of the large bags. A pink Meow bag. A free, it's called free, you know, like wild and free bag. This as well is called Doe a Deer. I really love this one. It's quite retro looking and a little bit summery. And there will be another shop update tomorrow. And it will be kind of half and half large bags and then the medium-sized bag. I will be adding some more stitch markers, but just completely simple ringed stitch markers with a bead. And those will be customizable where you can, you know, kind of pick what different color of bead you want. But I'm having so much fun really filling my shop, making things. It's just a lot of fun. I have so many new brooches coming in. I have more things, more surprises of new stock of things coming into the shop that I will be making. It's just, I'm having a lot of fun. Today will be a busy one because we're meeting with our financial advisor, which I'm not really looking forward to. But we'll have lunch somewhere nice, and it's all for a good cause. It's really busy. Tomorrow I'll work a bit. Thursday I have my appointment at the gynecologist where I have to take the glucose test where I'm drinking that terrible drink. I didn't take it with Elodie because it wasn't something that you had to do here in Germany. But now it's something that you have to do. You have to get this diabetes test. So, and I wasn't a candidate for it in my first pregnancy, so it wasn't something they were worried about, and now you just have to do it. So that will be happening. I'm so not excited. I will bring my knitting because I have to sit at the doctor's for an hour after I drink this drink and then get my blood drawn, and it'll just be an amazing morning. Not really. My midwife is coming soon. We're having an at-home birth. I've never really talked about this. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit more. With Elodie, we had as well an at-home birth. We had her here in our house with 2 midwives. That was it. Just Robert, myself, and the 2 midwives. And it was just an amazing, wonderful experience. So this time around, we will have another at-home birth with our second child. So I will see my midwife again. I haven't seen her for a little while because she's been on holiday in Australia for over a month. And I look forward to seeing her. And it will be her first time visiting our home because I've visited her the other times. So that will be nice for her to get kind of acquainted here. It's not the same midwife that birthed Elodie because she's not living in Berlin anymore, which is a bit of a pity, but it's okay. I'm pretty happy with Miriam is her name. And yeah, so many things are happening. It's busy as always. Busy is good. And I have no idea what I'm going to do for a podcasting schedule because it has not been consistent at all lately. There was a time when I was always doing it on Thursdays. Then it kind of happened that the podcast was getting uploaded on Fridays. Then the holidays came around and they just kind of happened whenever. And I would like to have a set day for a podcast, but then I kind of feel like sometimes it just works better to have it be at a completely random day in the week. So we'll see what I do about that. We are also, I forgot to talk about this in the last podcast, and this podcast I almost forgot as well, and I wish I would have talked about it in the beginning, but we're having a knit along in the group. And the knit along is kind of a colorwork Fair Isle and Tarja knit along. And The only thing that I'm doing for that is the shawl that I'm working on. I really, really wanted to work on this big Fair Isle shawl or cowl that I did the giveaway for, but there are too many projects and things going on that's actually not something that I want to tackle right now. So I am working on a Fair Isle project. It's my shawl design. Nina asked me if it would be finished in time for the knit along, which ends in March 1st. I hope so. I definitely hope it's finished in a month and a half. But we'll see. No promises, definitely no promises. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. If you're interested in that knit along, totally go ahead and look at the thread on our Ravelry group. There's a lot of chatter on there, a lot of fun, a lot of really neat activities going on. Nina has a mini skein sock swap, a mini skein swap going on, which is always fun. I'm still waiting for the second round to get to me. First round was lovely. So go ahead and check it out. It's lots of fun over there with the knit alongs, with the swap. And I will see you all later. Enjoy your coffees, enjoy your day, enjoy your evenings, and I will see you sometime next week. Bye.